Hello, greetings. Welcome to algebraic expressions again, whereby we'll be doing products continuing from monomial, multiplying monomial, getting a monomial. We're now going to be talking about monomial multiplied with a binomial, which results into a binomial. Let's get into it. We said here we're going to be talking about a distribution property, whereby the outside is going to be distributed to the inside. So let's get into that. But remember, the rules of the monomial, they carry on to this topic here, or rather to this kind of multiplication. What do I mean by that? So what's going to happen? The 2x will multiply the 3x, and also thus 2 here will multiply that. So let's write it in simple context. It's going to be 2x multiplied what? 3x plus. So let's put this into one bracket. 2x again multiplied, let's use the dot, multiplied with what? With 4. Why do I write it in this case? It is because I want to remind you of the certain rule that we talked about, to say if you have something like this, the 2, let me just use square brackets for now. The 2 here will multiply the 3. Then the x will multiply the x. Let me use a different color. So the rule to say you need to multiply the coefficients separately with the multiplication of the what? Of the variables, which is going to be x multiply x, then into bracket. Then you go ahead and do the same with this side. But this side, obviously, 2 will multiply 4, which is going to give you 8. Then you have the x there. Then the simplification of this was just to highlight the importance of that rule. It's going to be 6. Then you have x squared plus what? Plus 8x. So in this case, the result is going to be what? A binomial. But check here, the whole thing here that is happening here in question 1, the original expression, it is a monomial. Why? Due to the multiplication here. But we have two terms within the bracket, which is a binomial, and we have one term on the outside, which is a monomial. So in this case, what's going to happen is the distributive or the distribution property, whereby what is outside will multiply every term that is inside the bracket. Remember, this is highlighting to show that the coefficients, they multiply separately with the variables as they multiply themselves together. So that is the idea. Let's move on to this one. I'm sure for now you're getting the drift, to say I can write this as negative 3y multiply 2y, then minus, but check here. Negative multiply negative, we said it's going to give us a positive. So this will multiply this, therefore giving us a what? A positive v. Then having this one, it's going to be positive 3y multiply 5. Or you can write it like this. It's still okay. For sure, it might be the question ringing to your head to say the 5 is negative though. What happens in this case? You can still say 3, then multiply that. This will still multiply this. That's negative here will multiply the negative here, therefore giving you a positive. So either way, as long as you understand the signs, it's not going to be a problem. So in this case, again, highlighting. This will be my last time highlighting, I promise. So let's use square brackets. Negative 3 multiply 2. Then on the other bracket, we're going to be having y multiplying y. Then close the bracket. Then we go back to this one whereby plus 3 multiply 5, coefficient, remember, 3 multiply 5, it is going to be 15, 15y. Then in this case here, we're going to simply have negative 6y squared plus 15y. Some prefer to start with the positive, which is going to be 15y minus 6y squared. So this and this, they are the same thing, but both of them, they are what? They're binomials. So moving to the second one, this one here is a bit tricky because now the 3 is on the other side. Please note that this can be written as 3 multiplied 4a minus 1. So this was just to show you how differently it may be presented to you in a question paper. So in this case, remember, let's multiply that and also let's multiply that. In this case, we don't have to get into too much deep context about the coefficients multiplying each other. We can just say 3 multiply 4, which is going to give you 12. Then you have the a on the side. Then 3 multiply -1. It takes the sign off the term inside, which is going to be -3. So check here. This is a binomial. And we move binomial. It is a binomial. So we move from having a binomial multiplied with a monomial, therefore resulting into what? Into a binomial. So that is the whole context of it. What is outside multiplies or is distributed in terms of multiplication towards everything that is inside the what? Inside the bracket, which is going to be a polynomial in this case. So that is it for this lesson. Let's catch each other when now we're going to be dealing with two binomials multiplying each other and resulting into possibly a polynomial.